Everyone, my name is Olutosin Folabi. I'm a student of Ankara University, and this is my assignment submission for CYB505. I'm going to be talking about data at rest, data in use, and data in transit. I'm also going to be talking about the different ways this data can be secured and how the strategies changes when they are in their different states. First of all, I'm going to be talking about data. Or what data really means. Data is typically a collection of characters or symbols that represent information in various forms. Data can take the shape of data can be in any form. It can be as a text, it can be as numbers, images, audios, or video, or any other formats that can be used for analysis or communication or storage within the computer systems. For anything to be considered data, you as the user must be able to manipulate it, and you must be able to understand it. Data is the foundation for generating knowledge and insights when it is properly manipulated and understood. So going into the different kinds of data, I'm going to be talking first about data at rest. This refers to data that is stored or archived in a non-transitory state, which means that it is not being used, it is in a static state. An example of data at rest is like storing some of our vital informations on a hard drive or on a flash drive, just for safekeeps. We are not using it, we are not sending it out, but we just want to have a copy of it. It is still sensitive information, so we still have to keep it. We still have to know, we still have to secure it, so it doesn't get out to unauthorized users, or somebody that is going to use it for their own personal gains. The different ways data can be secured determines on the states which they are. Data at rest is vulnerable to physical theft or unauthorized access, which while data in use is exposed to risk like unauthorized access by other processes or users. Data in transit faces the risk of interception, tampering, or eavesdropping during its journey across network or communication channels. By employing appropriate security measures for each of them, it's for one, data at rest is important to ensure that our data are properly encrypted. Access control measure is put in place, and physical security too is also put in place to prevent unauthorized access or theft of the stored data. For data in use, unlike data at rest, it is in a dynamic state, which means that it could include data being read, modified, executed, or otherwise utilized by a system or an application at a specific point in time. Example of data in use may include like contents of an Excel sheet, or maybe a spreadsheet which is currently open on a user's computer. Information processed by an application during its execution, or data residing in the computer's random access memory while the process is ongoing. Data in use is also important, and is also important to secure data in use. And there are different ways we can do that. We can secure the processing environment, which means that we utilize secure processing environments such as isolated virtual machines or secure enclaves to ensure that data is protected during processing. This helps prevent unauthorized access or tampering by other applications or users, and the focus for securing this kind of data is to ensure that the confidentiality and integrity during active processing is intact, and to prevent unauthorized access or manipulation while the data is in use. For data in transit, this refers to data that is being transferred from one location to another, typically over a network or through other communication channels. It includes data sent through emails, transferred over the internet or transmitted between devices. Our daily emails that we send out with information, to communicate, is an example of data in transit. And it's important to secure data in transit through encryption, secure protocols such as HTTPS or SSL, or TLS, and network security measures, should be put in place, like firewalls and intrusion detection system, to protect the data while it is in transit, to prevent it from unauthorized interception or tampering. It is important to use secure protocols when we're dealing with data in transit, because that's the most vulnerable kind of data, that can easily get out, especially in this internet age. Using secure communication protocols is very essential in ensuring that even while data is in transit, whichever way it travels, the information will be protected, and it cannot be intercepted during transmission without a decryption key. What determines the kind of security measures that should be deployed for each of them depends on their states and the level of security, the level of information. We can also deploy for data in use. We can also deploy using access control by restricting users' access based on their roles and their permission, preventing unauthorized user from accessing or modifying data. Data at rest can also be secured by using file vaults for encrypting entire disk volume. The database can also be encrypted. Encrypting individual files or directory using tools like VeraCrypt provides granular encryption, which allows specific files or folders to be protected independently. Implementing these measures helps organization to establish a multi-layered security approach to protect data in different states, whether it is in transit, it is in use, or it is at rest. This is my submission. Thank you.